So I used to talk to this girl, and I found out shortly after meeting her that she was a hoe. Before I got too close, I did a little background check on her, and I found out that one of my friends had linked with her, hit on the first night, backseat type. And so, yeah, I didn't really, think much of it. I said, all right, you know what I'm saying? Pass it to the homie. That's cool. And one night, I guess she wanted to win some points with me, and she was like, hey, like, I canceled on my friends to spend time with you because I like to tend to my man or whatever, right? All right, cool. I told her, look, if you want to go out, go to bars, go on a girls trip, I don't give a mind you, I don't want nothing serious with this girl, right? So she ran with this, right? And she started telling all her friends that she has a secure man, that I'm not controlling, all this shit, right? So all of her friends are in relationships, and she started telling me that her friends are jealous that their man don't let them do all this. In my head, I'm like little do they know, I do not give a about this girl. I'm actually not like this when I actually care about a girl. A few weeks later, she comes to me saying she's divorcing him. And I ask her who. She's like, yeah, like one of my friends, like she's been with her man, and she said she's tired of like the controlling and like him being obsessive. And I'm like, what the like she actually convinced these girls to leave their man. So I thought to myself, what the did I just do? Like, did I just ruin these people's marriage because this girl thinks that she could actually have something serious with me? I'm not gonna lie, I still think about that to this day, man. I feel sorry for that guy, but I don't know. If his girl wanted that bad, maybe I helped him dodge the bullet. Anyways, a few weeks later, I ended up leaving that girl because I found a prettier girl to talk to.
I met a few old heads in my lifetime who pay all the bills. Mm-hmm. They put up. They work because they want to. They don't have to do nothing. They pay all the bills, fund their life.
Yeah.
And they be cheating. And I used to be like thinking like if I ever could find, I haven't found them yet, to pay all my bills and fund my lifestyle. If I ever could find it, I would never cheat on a nigga. And then, no, cause it hit me about 2 years ago. Once you get older, you understand. They be bored. The who could fund their lifestyle and work all the time, working all the time. Yeah, cause if you funding my lifestyle and you taking care of me and my kids in the household, you work a lot. Yeah, I get bored. And Frank down the street, who ain't got no job, and his wife fund his lifestyle, he got time and he's slinging dick. That's how he got his wife. She paying all the bills cause he sling dick. So I'm gonna go over there, have some fun.
So you gonna jeopardize your marriage for who got no
I'm
job?
not, cause I'm a smart girl, but I understand it now. I didn't understand it before. I unfortunately got to a situation where a guy works a lot. And I feel like, I'm not getting the right time. And he do everything else, though. He paid for the hair, the nails, put me up, take me on trips, stuff like that. But I'm not getting the time. And it's like, time is most important. Yes, everything else is important, but...
No, you got, like, I think you saying you grew up, you older now, you still in that little kid mindset. No. And them old that you was talking to...
I've seen some nigga
on that chill mindset.
Let me tell you...
You can't be young forever. Ooh-wee. You had multiple dudes. You had a dude to take you out to eat, a dude that was good at to dude you can call when you want a company. She laughing because she knows it's true.
I mean,
yes.
Yeah.
All right, so when a man reaches his peak, y'all like to go, oh, he's still immature. No, he's now at his peak. Status, money, resources, and power. He can have forever, but you can't be young forever.
I ain't playing with you no more.
Excuse me? Do you come here often, or?
Come here at a gym. Come here often.
Anyways.
Good try. Good try. Don't ever use that again, though.
Am I the for divorcing my wife after finding out about her past in a way she never intended me to? I've been married to my wife for 3 years. From the beginning, we talked about values, boundaries, and how seriously we both viewed relationships. She always described her past as fairly low-key and told me she avoided casual dating.
Okay.
A few months ago, while helping her set up an old laptop she wanted to give to her younger cousin, I logged in and found a backup folder she had forgotten about, which contained old group chats, photos, and messages from years before we met. I was not looking for anything, I was just trying to transfer files. And what I saw completely contradicted the version of her past that I had been told.
Ooh.
There were conversations with multiple men at the same time, explicit jokes about situations she's had previously, told me that she would never put herself in, and messages where friends laughed about things she now claims she has always stood against. This was not one or two moments taken out of context. It was a consistent pattern. I didn't confront her immediately. I sat with it for days, weeks. And then when I finally got the courage to bring it up, she admitted it. And she said it was all real, and she never told me because she knew it would change how I viewed her. She said she's grown out of this lifestyle and that is her past. And that shouldn't matter to me because I chose her for the version she is today. For me, this issue isn't about her past behavior. It's that I built a marriage on what I believed were shared values and honesty. And finding this out made me feel like the truth was deliberately hidden, not forgotten. So I asked for a divorce. Some people say I violated her privacy and went digging, even if unintentionally, and that I am punishing her for something that happened years before me. Other people, like my family, are saying that it's impossible to build trust on a marriage when the trust has been broken already. So, am I the asshole for proceeding with this divorce after finding out the truth about my wife?
Dear Warehouse Man, please let me explain to y'all how annoying and creepy it is for y'all to sit there and watch her unload her whole mother truck. Like, that's so annoying to me. That is creepy. Like, you just literally stand there and watch me. Literally watch me unload my truck and you're just standing there. And then whatever other truck drivers are in the bays next to me come over there and stand and watch me. Now I feel like a circus freak show because y'all are watching me unload my damn truck instead of helping. Like, what kind of men are y'all? That blows me. It blows me. Then y'all want to hold small talk. I'm working. I don't want to talk about how long I've been driving and do I like it. Y'all so
women are never satisfied. They're never gonna be satisfied. They never will be satisfied. So this is the things you need to hear as a man. This whole world is forced to your evolution. Even the woman, no matter what comes in her mouth, oh baby, you need to take a break and come home. Listen, the moment you stop working, the moment you stop being you and maintaining yourself and maintaining your dignity and your money and your wealth and all the things that make you attractive to her, she is gone, bruh. You can buy her all the things you want to buy her. Clothes, shoes, hats. If you did that in the past, that is not going to be the things that's counted for today. Women need to be maintained and they are very expensive. I don't understand why people want to be in a relationship so bad. This is expensive. And the more attractive the female is, that woman is going to cost your ass an arm, a leg, a heart, a body, a head. That woman is going to cost you everything. Why are you so desperate to be in a relationship? Obviously, you just don't know the true cost of a woman. Like,
what you'll hear, I think, in a lot of these different situations, and the stuff that women are upset about, is men have stopped trying to meet a lot of these checklists that women have, and they just started doing what works for them, right? So once, they stopped doing that, once that happened, men went into that state of mind. The whole idea of twisting yourself and turning yourself and molding yourself into whatever this modern woman wants to see, trying to impress her, because men stop doing that. Men stop doing that crap. I'm tired of trying to impress you. I'm tired of trying to do what you want. I remember the ick list where the guy was going down, I think it got up to like 600, 700 things. And men were trying to warp themselves into that type of stuff. And they're like, man, that's stupid. That's dumb. And I think once men stop trying to do that and start stepping back and say, why am I trying to impress somebody that don't like me? Why am I trying to be with somebody that don't care nothing about me? That don't make any sense. And he just turned, and that's what's really getting modern women. He didn't say nothing to nobody. He just turned and just walked away. Hey, I'm not doing this no more. That's what modern women hate. The fact that a man one day can just, I think I'm done, and walk off.
What do you bring to the table?
I am the table.
Hello.
What you bringing to the table? I am the table.
That's just so surface level. I want you
it's not surface level.
Because so what I'm saying is I don't see it like to the naked eye. So I want you to tell me, what do you bring to the table besides the table?
Imagine saying that it's not surface level and you just said, I am the table. That is the most surface level, brain dead response that you can give when you really do not have an answer.
I don't like that question. What do you bring to the table? I am the woman. I make the table. I create life. I am.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Life. You carry life.
It
you
can't
create life. You cannot.
God creates life. Listen. God creates life, but I am the carrier, and it ain't gonna happen if I don't bring it.
Was you the Virgin
to the
Mary?
Forefront, okay.
Okay.
All right.
You can't get pregnant. I mean, by yourself, correct?
I mean, artificial insemination. I bring communication. I am a team player. I know how to get things done. I know how to plan, and I know how to execute. So if you're asking me in that sense from a job perspective, I can answer that. But in a relationship or just a man asking, I can't really answer that because women are everything. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
These women will demand a high-value man that has demonstrated structure and stability, financial foundation within his life. Meanwhile, all that they can give is coochie. All that they can give is attitude. All that they can give is vibes.
I have very high values. I have, I don't do the BS. I don't do the games. I don't ignore the red flags. And I intimidate a lot of men because of my stature.
Because you're tall?
Yes.
Because you're 6 foot? Men like climbing trees, man.
I think that a lot of men are intimidated by beautiful, successful women who say what they mean and mean what they say. A lot of men want you to shut up, and that ain't never happening over here. I would never, ever in my life 50-50 do what? Excuse me? No way.
But what makes you worthy of 100%?
Because I bring 110%. And I ain't speaking of money. I'm speaking of energy. I'm speaking of being that helpmate. I'm speaking of that one that's going to speak life into you, that's going to hold you down, that's going to encourage you, that's going to work beside you. But I'm not bringing half to the table. I'm not paying half of the bills. I'm not paying half of the bills.
Masculine men don't mind being a provider. What they mind is providing for someone who ain't. Providing for somebody who disrespects them.
So it should not be wholly and solely and dependent on
your dollars.
Your dollars. I'm talking about where's my rent. So hold on, let me ask you something. Why you never have the man or you their parent? So why when the man why when the man come now, is the man living there with you? Why is he paying your rent?
Alright, you're taking my time. You should be paying for
it. You know what that sounds like? Do you want me to actually tell you what that sounds like?
No,
do you want me to say what that sounds like?
Them gyal put on that quiet, you know. A back road if you go live, a back road if you go walk. Because it's obvious I sell your crutches under the quiet. And not even under the quiet because you fall upon platform and talk about it. But the man have to pay for your time. Who the is you? So if the man have to pay for your time, who pay for the man time? Someone who look sell crutches, look sell front girl, you see.
My girlfriend just got a job as a cart girl on a golf course. And she came home the other day, told me she accidentally gave a guy her number. How does that happen? How did that happen? She goes, well, he cornered me, and I felt forced into giving it to him. I go, okay, yeah. Well, tell me, where exactly are the corners on a golf course? Not too many open fields with sharp angles. She goes, well, Dane, you don't know what it's like to be a woman in this country. I said, according to every bully I had, yes, I do.
Why are you holding on to me? I just fell.
Asked me out, I said no, and then you moved on to my friend. Does that make sense? It makes the most sense. What are we talking about? Yes. You mean, if I go to a burger spot, they're not serving me, I'm going to go to another burger spot. Huh? I can't get with him, but I can go to Keisha's house. Your friend liked me first, too. That's the thing. I should have tried her first, man. Like, what are we talking about? You can't reject me and then reject all my other shots, huh? Shoot or shoot. If you block me over here, I'm going to find another place to shoot. This just makes the most sense. I'm not going to hold you. How you just gonna stop all my motion? I mean, like, yes, this makes sense. And your friends be going. Sometimes I don't know that, but your friends be going.
I'm like so embarrassed for him that I'm like, I really, like, what went wrong?
My husband thinks the things he does for me are bare minimum or above and beyond. Leaving me a Post-it note every single day.
Bare minimum.
Cooking dinner every night.
Bare minimum.
Doing the dishes after you cook dinner every night.
Bare minimum.
Doing your own laundry.
Bare minimum.
Planning date nights.
Bare minimum.
Bringing me matcha in the morning.
Bare minimum.
The New York trip that you planned for my birthday.
Above and beyond.
Buying me a car when we were engaged.
Above and beyond.
Buying me my dream car after I had our son.
Bare minimum.
Buying me a Cartier ring for our 7-year wedding anniversary.
Bare minimum.
What?
If you can afford it.
Guys, don't do videos like this. Like, I don't care what she promises you. It's not worth it. You look so unbelievably like played and owned and just like walked all over and so sad and pathetic doing a video like this.
I still look at myself and I still see it bad.
And that's black women.
Stop the cap.
Black women, you can't call yourself a bad and them thick arms look like that.
Them ankles and them thick wrists. You can tell who gonna have big mama arms early.
You can't call yourself a bad. We gotta cut this out. And what's crazy is a woman like this to say that, and then the women will enable her, right? Again, this is all the mindset, this is all the conditioning.
You know, and honestly, when you talk about women wanting men to open up and be honest, you can kind of see why men don't. With the way these modern women are talking, a man's going to listen to it and know that they're going to get punished for it every single time they actually do it. A man's going to know if he shares something that's real, that the way he actually feels, like he actually gets vulnerable with you, he's going to know that eventually a modern woman is going to throw it back in his face. And so you have men that are learning the ropes rather quickly, right? They're keeping to themselves. Modern women have made it dangerous to be honest. And then they're complaining that men aren't honest with them. They're complaining that men aren't opening up. They're complaining that men aren't being vulnerable. They're complaining that men are checking out of society. Oh, men don't seem to be men anymore. Where are all the real men at? Where'd they go? In your face. But you don't have the emotional intelligence to do a man right, to treat a man right, to handle what a man is going through or help him, support him in what he's going through. So men just check out. They didn't already peep it and they just check out.
It's not desperate or pathetic to want to find a partner or someone to love, or there is that kind of energy where it's like, look at me, I'm here on display and I'm waiting for you to claim me. I wish we'd go back to when guys are just always walking up to you when you're out. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, if you're like at the grocery store, at the gym, they're like, hi, I just couldn't help but say you're so beautiful. Like, I'd love to take you out sometime if you're single. If they were like good looking, I'm like, can we go back to those times? But because society has more and more changed women to be like the chasers or like things like this, it's like making a lot of men be like, oh, I can just sit back. And I'm like, I hate that.
That's a misinterpretation of what's going on. It's not that men are sitting back. It's that men are being accused of Me Too when they go walk up to girls. And there's tons of shows where women are like, this guy came up and talked to me. Ooh, she said the right thing. When the guy comes, approaches me and he's attractive. Yeah. When women are complaining, men don't approach me enough. No, they don't complain that men aren't approaching them. They complain that attractive men aren't approaching them. Orion Taraban says the part women leave out. When women say, I want a man to buy me flowers and I want a man to be more vulnerable, they're not talking about a homeless, smelly man buying them flowers and being more vulnerable. They're not going to be stimulated by a homeless man buying them flowers. What they want is a man they're already attracted to buy them flowers. The mechanisms that create attraction, I don't think there's anything in psychology that's more misunderstood than that. I truly don't think it is, because it makes us look bad.
Did you know it's a group of losers if 6 to 9 women group up to plan a Valentine's? I'm over here cracking up because that's true. When the Valentine's Day thing started, it was the losers. Let me clarify. It was definitely the losers when it started. That's who started it, a loser.
And why do y'all be at these Valentine's Day events wearing nothing but lingerie, drinking alcohol, and twerking in a room full of nothing but women? And y'all gotta stop doing weird stuff because I'm all for a good time, but what is the lingerie about exactly? Y'all can't wear regular clothes? And now I understand why y'all don't want men no more because y'all probably just want each other.
Another thing, what the is this Valentine's Day they made up? Like, I don't want to have no on Valentine's Day. I'm trying to go to Pound Town.
No, excuse me, hello. I think the Valentine's Day is exposing the girls because
the craziest thing I realize is that a girl will look at you straight to your face, and when you doing something that bothers her, she'll say, "Why you acting like a girl? You acting like a female right now, right?" Which is acknowledging that girls and females do straight. They're not saying you're acting like a girl in a positive way. They're literally saying you're acting like a girl, which means, hey, you're being disrespectful like a girl, which means they're admitting, oh, we're disrespectful as f-. Like, is they too stupid for their own stupidness? I'm so confused. Like, I would never tell a girl when she's doing something bad, hey, you're acting like me. No, because that's ignorant. They will literally say, you're acting like a girl right now. Admitting, oh my gosh, you texting other girls? That's what girls do. That's you just admitted that y'all on some hoe. What are you talking about? It don't make no sense to me. You know? Ignorance.
Yes, we can.
Hold on, no, yes. How are you gonna say that?
Girls cannot have guy friends, bro.
How? We are sitting right here.
Time out.
Exactly.
That's different, bro. Rafa, ain't it different, bro?
It's
way different. How would you feel if your man's hanging out with 6 girls? Yeah, exactly.
If I met him that way, and I know that the girls don't want to.
You want to test that theory out? Not gonna lie. Yeah, listen. No. Text a guy friend right now and be like, hey, you want to and see what he says.
Say it. Go ahead, say it. Go ahead.
I know I can text y'all, and you're gonna say no.
Text me. No, okay, yeah, but that's
No. Do it.
What's your biggest flex?
I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but like, I'm really pretty.
Huh?
A lot of people just like want to talk to me. Hey.
Apparently that didn't get the memo. You could tell she was embarrassed. Just by the look on her face, you could tell she thought she ate with that one. That motherfucker walked by and said, what up? Crushed her whole spirit. God. Nah, no though. He ain't have to hurt Snooki from Jersey Shore little cousin like that. That's crazy.
PSA, if you got a boyfriend and that nigga start working out or he start talking about losing weight and he want to eat better, that nigga's about to leave you. So once that start talking about a fitness journey, leave his right there.
So instead of supporting him on his journey, starting your journey, getting healthier, leveling up, the answer is to leave and find you a man who also doesn't work out and also doesn't want you to become a healthier version of yourself. Yeah, we're cooked. You know I'm gonna tell the truth and you know I gotta go.
Men love deep. Women are long suffering. Women don't know that men love deep. And that is why, and what women don't recognize is that men are actually more loyal than women are. We exhibit this in our purchasing behavior. A woman will purchase, even if the hair product that she bought worked beautifully for her, she can't help it but to try another beauty product. If a man finds a body soap that works for him, he's going to have that body for the next 20 years. Yeah. Very loyal, very consistent. It's not that men don't have the capacity to do so. Of course, there's conditioning and social, inferences and learnings that we need. But the point is that it's possible. It is there. We just don't recognize it. So because men are stoic and because men say things like we want respect, we believe, first off, women don't even know what that means tangibly. What respect, what does that look like? And second of all, men actually crave emotional intimacy and connection. But public facing will say respect. But when you really begin to break down respect, there's an emotional tension, connection to that, right? There's this, he disrespected me, your feelings are hurt. You feel hurt. But we don't want to say that, so we'll say respect. So it becomes nuanced for a woman. You're not going to get respect from her because she doesn't understand that there's an emotional connection and intimacy. But if you speak in her language and say emotional intimacy and connection, you will feel respected. You understand?
I genuinely believe that every single woman deserves to receive $10,000 a month from her husband, from her boyfriend, whoever you're with, just for him to show his appreciation for you.
$10,000 a month for appreciation. Right.
And I think that is a standard that all men should be held to.
Of course they do. It's always those that seem to have excess money that are always very free with everyone else's. But it kind of makes a person wonder, what about those individuals that necessarily can't afford that $10,000 a month?
And as a man, if you cannot hold yourself to that standard, then you should not be dating at all, honestly. I mean, you're just not financially ready to provide. You're not ready to be in the scene.
The scene. Indeed. And for those who haven't done the math yet, that comes to approximately 120,000 American dollars per year just to, in some cases, just date some of these women.
And even more importantly, you're just not ready to get married yet.
There is nothing classier, after all, than someone with a classist mentality. But gentlemen, here's a reminder. A woman that genuinely cares about you is going to want you to invest your money in something that is important, long-lasting, and for the future, not just to spend it on them.
And you know what's funny about a lot of what these ladies are saying is they want a man to be a man. They want all of that. Women want romance. They want to be wined and dined, but they treat every romantic gesture like it fell short somehow. Like, oh, this ain't enough. Or you need to do more of this. The Uber wasn't big enough. The flowers weren't expensive enough. And so men, a lot of times these men just stop making the effort, right? Men stop planning things. They stop putting thought into it. They stop trying to be a woman's delusion, a woman's fairy tale. And it turns out once they stop doing that, they see, oh, this was one-sided effort this whole entire time. One-sided effort. These modern women, they just have a wish list of stuff that they want you to do. And they just keep on adding to that wish list. And now that I just take that wish list and I throw it in the garbage, life is actually a lot more. Can't even say a little bit, a lot more peaceful.
The benefit of being a provider means that I get the pick of whoever I want to choose to be with. If I'm that dude, I can choose to be with either a woman with no kids or a woman who does. Because remember, I'm a man, I love peace before I love a woman. I'll choose the woman who brings more peace. Her 5 kids with the extra baby daddies,
Nope, that's
with the
no
extra
peace at
baby
all.
daddies
No.
who are going to get upset if I whoop their kids. Now I gotta whoop them kids. I gotta whoop the daddy too. I'm gonna get a woman who ain't got none of that baggage. If I can, as the benefit of being a provider, I won't choose the woman with the kids if I don't have to, which I don't.
You're an average woman and you wanna know how you get a high status man? Okay, I'll teach you in just 5 steps. Step 1, you can't. Sorry, but you can't. So there's no need to go over all the other steps, but hold on, let me tell you why. A high status man, he has options and real options. He's not choosing based on your standards. He's choosing based on your value. So when you say stuff like, I need a man making over $500,000 a year, or I have high standards, or I'm just thinking about my future, you have some questions to answer yourself. Are you fit? Or are you working on it? Are you young? Or are you trying to compete with a 20-something-year-old using Botox and filler? Are you feminine and submissive? Or are you loud, combative, and allergic to being led? Do you like to cook? Or do you hate it? Do you bring peace? Or do you bring problems, mood swings, and tests to see if he really loves you? Because men at that level, they invest in beauty, peace, and a woman who makes life feel lighter and easier. And if you bring kids from another man into the equation, your chances are even smaller, honey. I'm sorry. So what the hell happened? Average women used to go for average men, solid men, hardworking men, and loyal men with character. Now, a lot of average women want the top dog while refusing to become a top woman themselves. That is not high standards. That is high entitlement. That is why you're still single. That is why you're getting older. And that is why you keep asking, where are all the men? Where did they go? Honey, they're everywhere. Take a look around. They're on construction sites doing electrical work and they're working the double shifts. And guess what? Those men, they would treat you like a queen, but you are stuck in fantasy land. You think you have the same chance as a sweet, feminine 20-something-year-old who looks like a model? I'm sorry, but no, give me a break. Your prince might not be dressed in Italian designer suits every day. He might be in work boots, covered in dust, looking for a woman who's actually worth committing to, but you're too blind to see him.
If a guy's in a friend zone by a woman,
yeah,
she does not respect him.
of course you can respect them.
When a woman friend zones you guys, it effectively means you are not attractive to me and I do not want to procreate and or carry your lineage. Don't ever accept the friend zone. Go find another girl.
Okay, but she's not friend zoned him. They're just friends. They both made a mutual decision to be just friends.
No. She made the decision. He wants to smash. If it's the other way around, cool. I'm cool with the guy having friends and he's choosing it. That's fine. But let's be honest here. That's rarely the case. It's always the woman is friends with the guy. He wants to sleep with her. She knows this, but she's able to siphon off utility from him. Oh, I'm able to have a guy I could talk to. Oh, I'm able to get this masculine energy. Oh, I'm able to get the boyfriend energy. It's basically you're able to have a boyfriend without. It's a win-win for women.
But being single is so fun because you have 9 different boyfriends. That's not single. You're not single and independent. You're all.
Here's an example of what happens when you state an opinion without putting all the pieces together. Listen close.
The reason why I say internationals is because the only people that argue about 50-50 are Americans, quite literally. I went to school with, when I say internationals, I mean Dominicans, Hispanics, Somalian, Haitian, and literally they were all on the same page.
You were so close to the point there, sis, but you missed it, so let me help you out. A lot of these international cultures are not arguing about 50-50 because some of them are still arguing about women's rights. Let's talk about the cultures that you mentioned. Dominicans. The Dominican Republic has one of the highest rates of femicide in Latin America. You think that has nothing to do with their culture? Or even the Somalis who typically marry their children off at 18 or before and never offer those young girls a formal education? You think that doesn't bleed into their culture even after they move to the US? And I don't say this to on other cultures, truly. I say it so that American women realize that we are having the 50-50 conversation because financially we're keeping up with men. And that is a privilege. I know that y'all don't like it because you want men to pay for everything, but at the end of the day, being able to go 50-50 with a man is a privilege that American women have. And instead of being happy about all of the rights and opportunities that we have, you just want to complain. To state this plainly, a lot of these other cultures are not having the same conversation because they're more misogynistic than American culture. And you should be grateful for that. But instead you want to complain. So go do what those men in the comment section told you to do and find you an international man.
Don't tell me you want a leader. You get in a relationship with me, I tell you something, you don't listen, but if a tell you the same thing I just told you, you listen to it like it's gospel, you're single.
Single as it should be. Because how are you going to listen to outsiders but not your man? The amount of videos I see of women saying, well, I'm an adult, he shouldn't be telling me what to do, but your boss tells you what to do. Your trainer tells you what to do. Your friends are telling you what to do. Why can't the man who is protecting, who is providing, who is making sure that they have your best interest at heart tell you what to do? You can't want a leader and then refuse to let him lead.
In order to date me, you have to pay for the babysitter because, for one, I'm not trying to date me. The man is trying to date me. So if you know that I have kids and I have 3 toddlers, I'm not going to pay for the babysitter. So a lot of people gave me backlash saying like, oh, your baby daddy need, why would my baby daddy pay for a babysitter for you to take me out to a date? It sounds like you have no money. I make very good well money. I am the table. So no man can ask me what I bring to the table.
Right, what brings you up?
I have over 10 streams of income, 8 businesses.
Okay, both.
Thank you. I also have 2 baby fathers. My first child I had at 16, didn't know any better. My second one, we was together for 7 years and everything perfect, like all the way up until year 3 or 4. Once year 4 comes in, alcoholism in front of the kids happen. I made a video because I had so many people DMing me trying to take me out on dates and stuff. In the video, I was basically saying in order to date me, you have to pay for the babysitter because for one, I'm not trying to date me. The man is trying to date me. So if you know that I have kids and I have 3 toddlers, a 5, 4, the youngest just turned 2, I'm not going to pay for the babysitter. So a lot of people gave me backlash saying like, oh, your baby daddy need, why would my baby daddy pay for a babysitter for you to take me out to a date? It sounds like you have no money. I make very good well money. I'm not finna invest in a babysitter to spend time with a man when their intentions is 9 times out of 10 to smash. Mommy's on the phone right now. It never fails. Every time mommy's on the phone, here it comes.
I'm sure they want your attention now, yeah.
Okay, go lay down and watch TV for me, guys. Okay, 5 minutes, okay? So many people, oh my God, you have 4 kids. You don't have any value. You're used up. I'm used up because I denied you access before you even tried. There's a bunch of men that are mad because I already told them that they don't qualify before they could even apply.
But here's my thing, Tiffany. If these are your standards, right? And you're like, hey, it's important that before I go out on a date, that the man I'm dating pays for the babysitting, and that is my standard, why not just stand on it? Like, I don't even think it needs a defense. But what is it that you want people to know so they're clear about who you are and things?
I am the table. So no man can ask me what I bring to the table because I am the table. But I have potential people that have interest in marrying me.
Okay, so why not follow through with that? If there's men who want to marry you, why not take them up on their offer?
Well, this is 2026. I became single May of last year.
Okay.
I'm not ready to get married. No. I'm dating just to pass my time. Honestly, like, I'm not the kind of woman that's going to lay down with anybody. Just like the person that I had kids with, he's a provider. He took care of me the whole 7 years.
You came up here before?
Yes, I had long hair.
You did? Oh my, well, you were in your kitchen. You said y'all just had a baby. Are you from Atlanta?
Yes, and we was looking.
And y'all had open relationship.
I like men and women.
Crystal! Oh my God, it just dawned on me. You're here for the dating show, and you said you're looking to add a girl to your relationship.
I like men and women. I've been with my husband for 4 years.
4 years is still so soon. Should still be in the honeymoon phase.
I've already been interested in women before the relationship, and I brought up a poly relationship to my husband.
I don't think modern women have truly understand that men have stopped sitting through bad dates out of being polite, right? You got an attitude. The man knows you have an attitude. Checked out, you're not trying. Men nowadays just ending the night early, going home. Don't feel anything about it, right? Life's too short, man. And I'm not saying to be rude, but life's too short to be sitting up here across from somebody who clearly doesn't want to be there. I'm just here so you can pay for my food. Not gonna keep on doing that, man. You guys, other women are rude, bro. Just rude for no reason.
I have a question.
What's that?
Why do people like cars that are so low to the ground, that are easily scratchable?
Well, a car lowered to the ground is sexier. It's like,
I disagree.
Well, that's because you have bad taste.
Like, if you have to worry about going over a speed bump, and scratching the bottom of your car, it's not worth it.
Exactly.
It
like,
is worth it.
What a headache.
It is worth it. Like, women deadass put on heels and makeup and spend 3 hours getting ready for the most pointless thing, and it's worth it to y'all because it makes you feel better. Now all of a sudden I want to lower my car because that makes me feel better, and clicking a button to raise it is too much work. Okay.
So if you had 15 minutes with me, what would you do?
Probably get to know you more, like as a friend and stuff like that.
Okay. If you had 15 minutes with me, what would you do?
Same thing. Probably pray.
Pray. Okay. Do you want to pray?
You want to pray?
Can you say a prayer?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Ready? Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time. We thank you for this day, oh God. We just ask now, Father, that you just begin to touch your daughter, oh God. You touch her mind, her heart, body, and soul, Father. We thank you, Father, for bringing us here to this day right now in this moment, Father. We praise you, we honor you, and we bless your most holy name. In Jesus' mighty name, I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
I think y'all too grown to be fumbling good people. The fact that y'all still think that the grass is greener on the other side is crazy. Haven't you went through enough already? Like, haven't you been served the wrong hand when it came to dating? Like, don't you think that you have been through enough already? So why is it when you finally get you a good person, you're constantly always looking for other options? Other options? There are many options, but none of them are good. Take care of what you got going on, because you're over here looking at options when there's people who are ready for the next step, looking at your girl, looking at your man like that woman deserves to be a wife. That man needs a woman to talk life into him. Instead, y'all just sitting here being selfish, fumbling good people.
Yeah, me and my wife, you father or you father?
Hold on.
Yeah, you father.
Please, hold on. He's my sex trafficker. Please do not let me go with him. I do not want to go with him. Do you have the back of town coffee location? You know what would be preferable if my mom. Okay, please, my sister came for me.
Okay, sir, we're calling the police, so we're gonna let them handle it.
Yeah, the police.
Yes, yes, the police.
When
yes.
the police is here.
So when they're here, that can be arranged.
He was trying to sex fry.
Okay, I understand that this is supposed to be your wife, but she's not safe.
Well, she did make a video thanking those girls, saying that's actually her husband and she wasn't telling the truth. All that happened because she was drunk.
Being the girl from the video, I am really sorry for the whole commotion that I caused, and thank you to those two girls that helped me call my dad and my mom, or whoever they called. I want to say that I was blacked out drunk and I didn't know what I was saying.
I don't think some people grasp how irreversible certain accusations are. Being labeled something like that, even if the person is drunk, I don't even care if they're drunk. That can cause reputational damage. If you know drinking consistently is pushing you into blackouts to the point where you're making reckless accusations like that, why are you drinking? I don't know if I could come back from something like that if I was the husband, because that is something that would weigh heavily on my mind. Let this be the last time you ever drink.
There's never a dull moment when women consistently prove my point when I say that they are way more than men in regards to how they employ multiple tactics to try to destroy another woman, or in some cases another man.
Women hate women, and I'll forever say that, okay? They're only girls when it benefits them or when they're supporting stupidity, but truly or deep down, they hate women. The moment you start disagreeing with them, they will find ways and means to tear you down, to hurt you in however way that they can.
For example, old girl with the septum ring, her sycophants leaving a negative review on my business page, you know? So riddle me this, Batman. What is your point and your purpose of doing that? For me to go out of business? For me to fire my employees so they can't work and they can't provide for their family? For me to no longer be able to provide for my family and to be homeless? Because when y'all try to cancel people, y'all do it in such an extreme that it's like it makes you feel good. And this is why I say people who make being a victim an entire personality and identity are hurt people always hurt people. And y'all prove my point every day with this entire situation.
A lot of women say they want a good man until they actually meet one and realize he's not easy to deal with. A good man isn't convenient. He doesn't bend to chaos. He doesn't abandon his values just because emotions run high. And this is where confusion starts. If you've never experienced emotional maturity, you'll misread it every time. You call him cold because he won't tolerate drama. You call him distant because he protects his peace. You call him detached because he refuses to beg for approval. But that isn't coldness. That's self-respect. A man who knows his worth doesn't move from insecurity. He moves from conviction. He doesn't chase chaos. He doesn't chase emotional volatility. He builds, he leads, he creates order. And for people raised in dysfunction, peace can feel boring until it's gone. Stability doesn't trigger adrenaline, but it does build a life. A good man requires partnership, respect, and emotional regulation. Good men don't bend, they build, and the right woman doesn't fight that. She rises to meet it.
I think that men that go to the gym a lot, like obscenely a lot, like 6 to 7 times a week, or like breathe, eat, sleep the gym, have small penises. Because why are you there every day? Don't you have hoes to text? Why does the staff know you by name? Like, why are they greeting you like a coworker? Something is off. Like, 3 to 4 days makes sense, but any amount after that, you're overcompensating. Like, you have to be overcompensating for something that you lack, and I know exactly what you lack. Lame. Y'all don't realize that the real Riz comes from personality. Like, do y'all know who Jeannie Buss is married to? Jay Moore, a comedian. Because he uses jokes to get inside that multi-million-dollar box. Y'all are worried about the wrong thing. You're worried about muscles, you should be worried about jokes. You think your macros are gonna get you a bad bitch? No. Like, what is your personality outside of protein powder? Like, seriously, what would happen if someone takes your shaker bottles away? Withdrawals? Probably. And that's another thing y'all need to accept. Pre-workout is just cocaine. It is. Honestly, if you go to the gym that much, I think I'm just not your taste. And by not your taste, I don't mean black women. I mean women, period.
It's 2026. We cutting out this bird brain behavior. Out of all activities men can participate in, why is the gym the low frequency activity? Why is the gym small D behavior? But dudes who smoke hookah every weekend, who drink alcohol every weekend, rob, steal, have 10 baby mamas, lie and cheat, that's not low frequency activity, but the gym is. How are you calling pre-workout cocaine, but you're not demonizing the dudes who actually sniff cocaine? You say nothing about the dudes out here smoking hookah like hookah honeys. Nothing to the dudes addicted to fried chicken, pizza, and french fries. And we got dudes addicted to lean and Hennessy, but we say nothing to them. And of course, men can't self-improve nowadays, or that means we don't like women. Not sure what fit man broke your heart, but I'm glad he broke your heart. And I hope you don't get another fit man. You deserve all auntie-built men that's not serious about their health. You know I'm gonna tell the truth, and you know I gotta go.
You know what's funny is that these modern women will say what happened to the good man, as if the dude just disappeared, and he didn't. Men just, you know, based on what they see out there, they just stop putting themselves out there, right? So easily anyway. A lot of men have questions now. A lot of men start vetting what you're talking about. So after years of modern women looking past the man, you just learn to move quieter. I don't say a whole bunch. I just kind of look and see what everybody's doing and go from there. Quieter, a lot more peaceful. A lot of men are protecting their time. They're protecting their physical health, their mental health, their emotional health, their stability. Still out there, but you know, nowadays women just lost easy access to men because they treated him like he was replaceable, not understanding that this is actually a good guy that you're going to want on your team.